Ben, Cyco, Ben, Cyco.
Hi guys, this is yet another episode of the Cyco podcast, and this is amazing because this is the first episode of season 3. We've done season 1, all season 2, season 3. The podcast now is an year plus, few months, let's say 1 year, 2 months, and I'm so excited that we've made it this far. We've made such huge strides. I mean, last year we won Podcast of the Year. Thank you so much, guys, for voting. And I'm so excited about this specific season because I'm raising the game in terms of production. I wish you guys can see the behind the scenes that we even have wazungus, like wase utaka kusikia kuna mzungu kwa production for it to look serious. But no, this is done by my very, very cool guys from Blueberry Productions, led by Steve. And I'm also working with a lady called Shiro, and this is gonna be so amazing. The last episode that I did had some sound issues, but all in all, you guys still watch. I didn't even think you guys would. Nkorangoja more bashment, but thank you guys for just bearing with that bad sound. But from now henceforth, bad sound is something we're gonna put in our archives as the Cyco podcast. Kuna archives, like we are forgetting about it completely. Now, I'm also going to be reading some of the comments that I received from last time, and we have Eugene Genius. He's saying, we're always supporting our homie out of 1 year close. Big shout out to you, Eugene. Anyone who says 1 year close, uni mtu alinijua kutoka kitambo sana. So big shout out to you, Eugene. Brayo Mwangi is saying, is it me or today's sound on YouTube isn't perfect? Yes, Brayo. We had a problem with the mics. Nilizieka karibu to each other, so they were picking frequencies from each other. You know, uamacha tu. But now I'm done doing the whole production. It's being handled by Blueberry. And then Collins Regeru is saying, Akina waonanga na amini true love and companionship still exist. I pray to God that one day I may have what you two people have, if not better. Amen to that, my brother. All in God's time. This dude is always real, man. Jerry Ndengu, asante sana, my brother. Owiti Brenda is saying, budgeting for mistakes. I'm definitely carrying this with me. Then we have another Muga Lynette. Lynette is actually my friend. Muga, one day she'll actually have her on the podcast, on the show. Anasema, who was trolling Shiro? There's an army behind her. Please, relax. Thank you both for being candid and always sharing your truth. Doreen is saying, it's the storytelling for me. I learn a lot from personal stories, and Ben does all that. Ben does that all the time. Hi, Wanjiru. Juliet Wayaki is saying, am I the only one who wishes I'd subscribe twice? Thank you so much, Juliet. This is so kind, man. Emmanuel Young is saying, your chemistry is just undeniable. And then Furaha Osodo is saying, Njiru is the best, so wise. Njambi Kamau is saying, big fan, but this is hard to watch. The audio is off. The picture is shaking. Meanwhile, the snippet on Twitter really made me want to watch this. So I'm so sorry, Njambi. We had those problems. Yani last week, I think at some point tulisikia hadi earthquake. I don't know what my haters were sending my way. So today we're going to have a very fun episode where I'll have the same guest I've been having. Yani amekuwa kiinsist. Anasemanga kila time nakujanga hapo maisha yangu pia inabadilika. Wacha nikuambie Ben, nitapanda mbegu kwa hiyo podcast, And I decided to call her again. And today we're going to be talking about our experiences in university. If you're watching this video for the first time, make sure you subscribe. If you're also watching it for the second time, Nabado, who just subscribe, like, comment, share. And let's get these numbers to 100K subscribers by the end of this year. We can make it to that goal. So let's get to it today. But today, let me tell you today, I keep telling you, and earlier I made that joke. It's like Jeff Koinange live, when he doesn't have a guest, he always goes to Atwoli. And I guess you're my Atwoli for this show. I move like this?
Yeah.
Okay. The dad is gonna watch, so I want him to see how much the boundaries I put. Is this okay?
Funny.
We continue. Yeah, and today I have an amazing guest. Tulifanya naye a lot of episodes the last season, and even the last episode we did with Wanjiru, and the first episode, I wanted to give you the honors for us to kickstart this season 3. Do you think in future we're gonna have a podcast together?
Do you want to?
Yeah, I'd want to. I like the way you do things.
I like our chemistry, so it will be fun.
So is that a yes? Am I putting in the hot spot?
Yeah.
It's like
I think people need to understand that every time I'm on this podcast, it's because there was a guest who was to come. And then that guest did not show up. So I become, because I'm always with him, I become the
I'll
backup.
be like, okay, check it by the uko. Ati Hurlingham. Sinikutumia Uber to say you come. So yeah, I'm so happy, man. And first of all, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very fine. How have you
Yeah.
been since the last episode?
I've been great.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, transitions.
Yeah,
Lots of transitions. I
Maua.
think we spoke about Maua, but other things which in due time we can speak on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Nice,
You?
man. I've been well myself. I've just been planning on season 3. We've had sleepless nights with the production team. You know, we're just checking the mics, just checking our voices if
Yeah.
they're okay, you know, and all that
For
stuff.
the first time you had sound check the day
Yeah,
before.
actually, yesterday I had sound check. I'm
The
working
day
with
before.
an amazing
Yeah, Blueberry
guy
agreed.
known as Steve. And if
And
you're
Rispa.
looking to, if you're looking to do a podcast but you don't know how to go about the technicalities, I'm gonna put the link down there and make sure you book your session now. Steve is a very cool guy who also happens to be working with Wanjiru. There's a lady called Wanjiru.
Rispa.
Rispa. We're in the team. So hii team ni kubwa. Tabaki sasa mniambie venye watu utafuta NSSF for the employees and HIF. I want to start doing those things earlier. In
Na
future when
unieke
I'm
kwa
running
hiyo
for
list.
governor hapa
Na
naambiwa.
uniweke kwa hiyo list.
Pia wewe utaka kuwa retainer, si ndio?
Si ndio, si mimi ndio backup.
Utakupea kitu, ndakupea digegothigogo sister. Anyway, so today we're going to be having a conversations about our campus uni experiences and what we learned from uni. Of course the education, but what more did we learn from university? And I thought who else to have this conversation with than somebody I was with in uni. Wanjiru, which uni did you go to?
Kenyatta University.
And you're very proud of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you have
should.
to tell them the backstory of how we ended up doing this video.
How we ended up doing video. I saw the video you did about some of the things you learned from university.
Yeah.
And I thought that would have been a good conversation starter for us to further that conversation
Yeah.
about what we learned from university. So this video is actually sponsored by UNICEF. And
Yes.
UNICEF is an organization that links guys to universities anywhere across the world. So
yeah.
you just go to them, they're in Kenya, and they do all this they do for free. Just tell them what you're passionate about or what career you would want to study in. So sema unataka kuenda hapo na unataka kusomea music. Alafu wewe umeenda hapo unataka kuambia watu unataka kwenda MIT. Wanakuambia MIT is not where people go to for music. They go to Berkeley.
Berkeley, yeah.
You get?
Yeah.
Or if you want to learn IT and maybe hapo hivyo ulikuwa umeka Yale. But maybe Yale is good in
Yeah,
IT.
no, what they do is they're able to match you
Yeah.
with, they advise you, like they're the people who guide you through the process. And I was talking about this
Yeah.
in my video, and I'm glad that they've sponsored even this one so that we can tell even your audience
Yeah.
and talk about it, is that the journey to university is usually like a very long and tedious one, especially if you're applying abroad.
Oh, tell me about it.
Would you know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
They're getting a
What's your
course.
experience?
We're gonna go to that.
Okay.
We're gonna go to that. First
Joking.
finish.
Joking. So they're able to match you like to career counselors who
Yeah.
will be able to take you through the whole
Yeah.
which university should you apply, which country would
Yeah.
be the best. So if it's America, if it's UK, if
Yeah.
it's Australia, which country would be the best for what you're looking for. And it's not only, what is it called, undergrad,
Yeah.
it's even
Oh, even for
postgrad,
masters,
it's even like
PhD.
PhD. Yeah. Do you think you'll ever do your masters? By the way, I've never asked you, even on a personal, like away from the cameras.
I don't know if I'll ever do my master's. Maybe in something that I really, really like.
But you took 6 years to do
Come
a political
on,
science
come
course,
on.
so
But
I
was
don't think
studying
a
like
master's.
3 things at once: psychology, sociology, political
Wow.
science. What did you study?
Economics and finance.
That's like
Yeah, and you
everyone.
wanted to,
That's like
and you
everyone.
wanted to do economics and finance. You just wasn't.
actually started, and then I failed the first
Yeah.
time, and then I just.
I think you got an E
Kasema, it's not
in
a must.
microeconomics.
Do
Yeah.
you even remember the units? Nikasema, it's not a must. This life is not meant for suffering like
Yeah.
this, surely. Nisafe nikiwa na logbook, calculator huko na set na divide, alafu pia nisafe. I was like, math is not for me.
Yeah, so that's essentially what UNICEF do. They've been in the game for 15 years.
Yeah.
I feel like a UNICEF rep
Yeah,
coming
I
here to
feel
talk
like
about
UNICEF.
UNICEF.
You need to tip her well, man.
But it's because I've also used their services,
Yeah.
and I was talking about it on my YouTube video. It's just that I didn't follow through, so I can vouch for what they do, because when I needed them,
Yeah.
they really came through for me.
There was a time you really wanted to go to Maju, eh?
Kabisa.
Pata na wewe unaniambia, mimi Ben, mimi
Kabisa.
usinione
Mi-
hivi hapa Thika Road. Me soon I'll be in Georgia.
That's why I don't speak like that. But that was really me, especially and after masters,
Yeah.
I felt like I needed to fulfill a
After
lot.
undergrad.
Yes, after undergrad.
Yeah.
I felt like I needed to fulfill like a long lost dream.
Yeah.
Because I really, when I was doing my undergrad, I really wanted to go. Then
Yeah.
I failed.
Yeah. You actually failed.
I failed my SATs. I didn't do my personal statement, and I think and I was telling you before we prepped for this, it's
Yeah.
because I didn't have the guidance. And I think that's where people like UNICEF come in,
Yeah.
to help you and guide you through the entire
Yeah.
process. Yeah. So I think I need to mention even at this point
Yeah.
that they will be having a virtual fair, 10th of May,
Yeah.
which is on Monday.
This coming Monday?
Yeah, I will leave a link in the description box. I honestly feel like a UNICEF rep, and it makes me really happy. Like I've been given an
Oh, let me tell you,
opportunity to
you
talk.
look like you're struggling. You know what you need?
UNICEF.
Did you cook that breakfast well? You know what you need?
UNICEF.
UNICEF.
So if you're looking like to do your undergrad, postgrad,
Yeah.
PhD, I will leave a link in the description
Yeah.
box. Register, all free of charge.
Yeah.
You can go and join their virtual event. Ask all the questions that you want to ask,
Yeah.
and they will be able to guide you in the entire process.
That's so dope, man. And I'm also happy that we're having this conversation when guys are about to join university, right?
Yes, join university, graduating.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you know after Matiangi changed the whole system after COVID, me say I can't keep up with when kids close
Yeah.
or when they open. Like I just keep seeing them on the estate.
Do you remember who was the
Riding their
Minister
bikes
of
like what,
Education
boda, boda.
when we were doing our KCSE? Getting into...
No, can't
Me too,
remember.
Me too.
Do you
I
remember?
can't, no.
Do you remember the day when the results were coming out?
Yeah,
Where were
I
you?
remember. I was at home, of course.
Oh,
Yeah.
students mlikuwa mmejitambua. Mzee.
Kwani ulikuwa?
Mi hiyo school ilikuwa nimeenda kwa best yangu anaitwa Junaya, is like we're
I
like
know
family.
Junaya. We worked together.
Junaya, yeah. So I went to their house because if kukienda south na umekaa na madhako hapo, like you know, unaweza rushwa sufuria very fast.
But I was
Mombo
alone at
refund
home.
your do.
I was alone at home.
Oh, you were alone. Me, I was tense. Alafu, you know, me had like plan A and plan B. So before I finished, I finished my form 4, I had already applied for Strath just in case KCSE ingine and the south.
But ulikuwa unajiona ukisurvive Strath?
Now looking at the way systems is Strath ningechujwa siku ya pili.
Yeah.
Siku ya
Like
pili ningefukuzwa.
you're not a stickler for rules.
Ai mazee,
No,
no,
yeah.
I wouldn't have survived at Strath.
Yeah.
If KU tulikuwa tumebakisha hivi kiasi fukuzwe. Na ni KU. Do you know KU? By the time they're kicking you out of KU,
You've really
yani umekam maybe na lori ya mawe or
Yeah,
something and
yeah.
it's illegal, you know. But so this thing just got me thinking that we've never shared our campus experience. And what are some of the things that we learned from, you know, we speak about the lessons we learned in our 20s, living together with guys, but I've never talked about the lessons that I learned in campus. And so many guys are about to join campus. A lot of guys are also about to move out, start living by themselves. And I thought this would have been a perfect match, man.
and thank you to UNICEF.
Hey.
Again,
Yeah.
the rep is here. Thank you to UNICEF for sponsoring this.
Do you have a UNICEF tattoo? Maybe like on your sleeve or something.
I'll get yours first. Your
Yeah,
name first.
a tattoo for real? Okay, don't enjoy mbele ya watu.
Anyway, yeah, but I shared my lessons,
Yeah.
but we can bounce off each other.
Yeah, nice, man. So let's start. I remember joining Kenyatta University because I cleared in 2010, joined uni in 2011. So of course there's that whole thing. You go to UON, everyone met at UON where you pick the courses that you want to go do.
Yes.
Did you come for that
Yes,
UON
yes.
thing?
I came to change
Yeah.
my course.
You came to change.
My course, yeah.
Because you ulikuwa umechagua nini before?
I think I'd chosen Bachelor of Commerce.
Alafu.
I wanted to do economics.
Hey, that's not so far-fetched, man. I think
It's not so different.
for me at first I had taken something like law or something. I taken something so sophisticated. Unajua venye yani ukiwa high
I think
school
hata economics ulikuwa umechukua.
You're the future Nelson Mandela. Uko hapo hivyo umechochwa hapo hivyo kwanza parade. Umeambiwa you guys can do it.
Na pepe.
Upper Hill we are going to get A's this year. And uko gassed up. Unachukua hapo unataka kusoma. Kama ungekuwa na Chief Justice hiyo ungechukua usome. But so I had to go change and take Bachelor of Arts, and then I was called to Kenyatta
No, Ben,
University.
I think you chose economics first.
I had chosen economics, yes, at first, but I had to cancel it.
Okay.
Cancel it, and you know, I picked something a bit lighter, something chewable.
You can chew.
Something chewable. So I picked the arts.
Yeah.
And I went to KU and I learned so much in KU. KU is a different world. I thought, you know, there's a way I thought life would have been. And then now there's the way life was at
How did
Kenyatta
you think?
University. No, I thought to be honest, I really compared the universities in Kenya with the universities as in Yemu wachukua 90210. So I thought,
That was me. I wanted to go to those universities.
oh,
That's why I
90210.
was applying to abroad universities.
I remember. So we went to. I remember the first day I joined KU. then first of all, like in KU, you also apply to be in the hostels. And so I was taking the first hostel I was taken into had like 8 guys. And I thought it was pretty okay at that time.
Coming to your hostel at that
I
time.
I called everyone.
Nyayo.
Nyayo 4.
And I was like, hi, this guy. My friend.
I was in Nyayo 4, and it was such a unique experience, because you see now the beauty about KU is that it's a public university, so it gets people from all over the country.
Yes.
Guys wa Riverside, wa Westi, wa Kitale, wa Bunyula, wa Vihiga huko ndani, Kiambu, ko Dhindegwa, everyone now comes to one place. So I remember your room yenye nilikuwa, I think I had a lot of guys from Kitale. Now you know Kitale and Ugali, they go like this because of the maize. Now let me tell you, they go like, I don't even know what going like this means. Oh, it's like this.
Oh, okay.
So I remember the first time these guys wakaamua kupika sapa.
So say umerushwa, nakumbuka you were just being mixed everyone, sindio?
Yeah.
Everyone from whichever county
from whichever county you're in or you're from.
Mtapatana kwa hostel.
8 people, because I was still a first year. Apparently, the other ones that had like 2 people were more for like second years or something. There were also other bougie hostels like Kilimambogo. There was also another one called Ngong. Remember Ngong for the ladies?
Yes.
Ngong was very nice and bougie.
Was for ladies only?
Yeah, it was just for chicks only.
I remember Kilimambogo. Tanya was in...
Yeah, Tanya was in Kilimambogo. Done was in Kilimambogo. Okay. Yeah, so I was the only one in Nyayo. And now this time, tumekuwa hapo hivyo, ase ni wa Kitale, ka wote mazi. As in, kulikuwa na Wakakamega, Kitale. We also had some guys from Kisumu. So now you have to learn to live with different people from different cultures. And I was so shocked. The first dinner, walipika ugali ingine na toshana kama kutoka hapa, it was this big for real. And with like 3 eggs. And ilitoshia kila mtu, like at some point it's like you cut a very big piece and then you just touch like this. And then the guy unakuzisha tu kiasi, and the guy swallow. Of course mimi sikuwa nakula nao because your time si tulikuwa bado nakula KM. So nimetoka KM naingia kwa room na kwanza nasikia kwanza inanuka. Alafu you see the other challenge of being in public university hostels is that everybody's cooking something different. Like you can start from the first door, somebody is cooking jugu. The other one is cooking omena. The other one is cooking eggs. Like the whole place is like
it's a boiling pot.
Yeah. So I remember coming back and they had like this big ugali and the very small eggs. Alafu so unajua mimi I'm trying to mind my business, but look,
so at this point auja make friends.
Guys we were with in high school tumesha make friends now. In fact ndio nimetoka maybe kukula now. Like first year I'm still eating at mess. I didn't know that let me see if my mic is okay. I'm still eating at the mess, so like bado janjaruka sana.
Yeah.
Because like mess meat is like 20 bob, eggs are like 10 bob. What is
it's workable. It's workable.
Yeah, utashiba. At this point in life, utafuti food tamu, unatafuta kushiba na energy. So I remember coming back from the mess, and it's like I'm betting umse atamaliza hiyo ugali na hiyo the small egg mayai.
So saizi unalala wapi? Juu ama chini?
I was sleeping. Nilikuwa nalala chini.
Oh, alafu ilikuwa how many double deckers?
No, just 2. I was sleeping down and then there's somebody on top of me. So like
alafu kuna 4 of those.
Yeah, now there's 4 of those.
In a small room. Okay, I'm asking because I never slept. In as much as I was in KU, I used to live at home.
You were part of the cool kids. You're part of the deep state. I was at KU.
But I used to live at home, so my interaction with hostel living was very minimal.
Yeah. So like basically that's how like no and then they end up balancing that food na mpaka inaisha like amalizi ugali kwanza na acha mayai na amalizi mayai na baki ugali like ana balance. Even that was like these are the true chemists. This is what balancing was all about, forget the H2O plus Cl2 which is chlorine. This is the real balancing.
But Ben, I think how it in retrospective and hata ukipenda hii story I realized that even till today, one of your best qualities, and if you know Ben personally, is his ability to get along with anyone, regardless of where you come from. Like, I find that, and I've told you so many times, I find that like it's your superpower, because Ben will blend or like live with anyone from how it doesn't matter how your personality or your character is.
We just have to live
like, it's
together.
just like this.
Because KU, we lived with everyone.
Yeah.
We had thugs, we had rowdy people, we had clean people, we had wasi walikuwa staunch. Mzee unajua hata mimi niko nimejiambia nikiingia KU ati ndaingia end. Pia mimi ndakuwa na pray. So walikuwa wanaamka kitu kama 5. Wasi wa serious. Mzee hata outfit there is a way they maintain at certain dress code. Mimi sasa kwanza niko huko mabeshto wengine wameni drag annex, watu wasio kuona annex, wewe utapigwa na bible ama I don't know, like wakurushie kikas, like 2 kgs of cases, man. How about you? What did you learn based on the fact that you are more of a day scholar? Mimi singewahi fanya day schooling kwa sababu I didn't want to go back.
Day schooling.
Day schooling, same thing.
I think in the same, and I talked about this, I feel like it will be repetition, but if you haven't watched my YouTube channel,
just is a different audience from Romania.
It will be about like building your tribe. And I think in as much as I wasn't able to experience people from different cultures because of how my university life was set up, plus the guy I was dating at that time was not a KU student. So of course, because we used to spend a lot of time together, I was in KU mainly just for the classes. And then now I felt like my social life was
You
outside.
even used to work at some point. You used to work at Trans Radio.
Transworld. I don't know.
Yeah, you used to work.
Transworld.
You are a bit ahead, and that brings me to also my second point about the other thing that I learned was financial
Planning.
management. With actually nothing, with no budget. Like you budget, no budget. You understand? Have you ever budgeted something like no budget or like the least budget? So like
We used to get the same amount of money
per day
from our folks.
But you are the scholar.
So I was given 200 shillings, and you were given 200 bob. For in the spirit of full disclosure. But I used to live at home, so meals were catered for. But for you, like he was breaking it down for me. And I would want you like to break it down.
I can still break it down. So like for me, I used to get 200 shillings per day. Or rather I used to live off that 200 shillings.
Is that noise?
Is that noise too much? Are you thinking?
Okay.
So like kwa hiyo 200 shillings, let's say you have breakfast for like 30 bob, where you get like tea for 20 and 1 chapati.
Do you know the only place I know unaweza pata food nutritious? 30 bob food for education. That sounds like
no, it was not food for education.
I'm just wondering if the food was really nutritious.
No, it was very nutritious because sababu chai ni normal, and then there's their chapos. Chapos were 10 bob. So that's like 30 bob. Sindio. Then at that time I'm not even living at Wendani. I was living inside school. So
the segregation of places.
So I'm not. First of all, in Kenyatta University, there were guys were divided in different sects. So like the kawaida, common, person.
Sort of classes.
There's a lot of classism there because wase wa kawaida, wase wenye ni washamba kiasi na wenye just freshers, you sleep at the hostel. You get? Then ukifika second year umeshaanza kuwa mjanja, you are taken to sleep. You get a house at Wendani. If you're well off, you can get off a house at Shuge, Kawasukari. Kawasukari was for the elites, you know. Those were like the white highlands, you know. It was like this is like you need a kipande to walk in Kawasukari. You get, because their hostels are also they also had hostels
Georgia
outside.
used to live in Kawasukari.
No, they had hostels there, but those hostels were strict. Like they want you to come there by 10. You can't come in with your chick friends. You can't do this. Me, I was like, this is Upper Hill. Me, I don't want none of this. So tukaingia the ghetto, which is Wendani. But also rich guys in Wendani would live closer to the road.
The more expensive houses were on the road.
Were closer to this side. So they like the Magunas, or there were some flats there. So some guys even used to live in like nice 1 bedrooms. When I used to see them, I was like, what? Does it feel coming from the royal family?
2 bedrooms.
Sasa unajua sasa sisi juu bado like you guys are still hustling. Tunaingia huko Wendani huko ndani karibu na Githurai. In fact, the flat I used to live in was called Great Terrace, GT. So our was like 6K and you're 2 of you, so it's 3K. And then now, because we are like the whole Upper Hill gang, tunachukua ka floor mzima sasa. So like most of this house is by my friends, the other house is by my friend, the other house is also by my friend. But they're all bed sitters, man.
Like you had a social life.
It's because I lived inside of school. You know? So, you know, but budgeting was, so like now when now you go to Wendani, now your life has gone up. It's like sasa nika kuhamia Rwaka, no? Kuhamia Rwaka sasa, your life is really upgrading. So your time, so now the budget changes as well, because now you have to include transport from Kahawa Wendani to Kenyatta University. And in the mornings it used to be used to be 20 bob. Na 20 bob ikikuwa 20 bob watu hata wataki kupanda gari. You know, now you're waiting for it to be like 10 bob. Because if it's 20 bob, it will misbalance your whole equation for the day, you know.
Yeah.
So breakfast 30 bob, 10 bob kuenda, 10 bob kurudi. Lunch was like 60 bob. That was like 2 chapos, beef and cabbage. Or if I'm bowling, yeah, that's a decent meal. And then the rest for airtime, and then there's also dinner. So financial planning was imagine na alikuwa USIU mzee, nilikuwa natetemeka aje.
That's why, because already
Mimi nilikuwa nasikia kuchizi because you know, like, you go to USIU, first of all their lunch is like 150. So I'm like, 150, what is this Kempinski? Like of course lazima umbaie. So like mostly mnaonana na yeye yenye help imeingia, unajua help ikiingia hivi, help ndio ilikuwa inaingia hivi, unanipata Riverside nikiulizia nyumba mnauza hii. It's like, it's like 16k, you know. Now you have that money in your account. And budgeting was like, I remember the times we'd go out, 500 was enough. Tunatoka, like, we'd go out with the M3, like that's almost
like
unheard
living,
of, because you come from Wendani to town to Westlands to
and
town.
most times, sometimes you even used to walk from school.
Definitely, there are days you used to walk.
It's like
you know?
a 30-minute walk.
Oh yeah, and then your legs will be
Yeah.
cold. It's a lot. In fact, I never used to like walking with you during rush hour. Kwa sababu ulikuwa unapanda hizo gari zenye watu wanasema ni 30 bob, 20 bob. Alafu sasa unajua ukiona mademo sawa, always onyesha how broke you are, so uko like, sawa tuingie basi. You even pay for them, man. But ukifika kwa hao mzee, you equation imekuwa imbalance, you know. Udea amekutoa kwa form. So the best thing to do ni avoid. You avoid that chick. Ukipatana na yeye sasa ya phone unaambia, wow.
I can confirm that there were some times we used to go home with you. Tunachana kwa stage, mimi napanda mat. I'm like, see, you just panda the same mat because mimi nashukia Wendani.
No, people
unaweza shukia Wendani.
People like you used to actually annoy people like us because mnapanda hizo, si wote tulikuwa tunakataa mpaka umsema aseme ni 10 bob. Basi sasa nyinyi mkishafika shambi ni 30 bob ndio mshaingia.
Oh my god, that's so cheap.
30 bob naweza kaa hapo mbele nipanguzie au kiti please, you know. Like unajua kani 10 bob you hang anyway. That was university for me, man.
Oh my god. I think for me, when it comes to financial planning, would have been, for me, it would be the value of work.
Yeah.
Because I worked, when I was blessed enough to find work. Now, the 200 my parents used to give me was sufficient. It was more than sufficient because, as I said, I used to live at home. So I had, you could say, different from your equations. Yeah. I didn't have to, like, I could eat a heavy breakfast.
Yeah.
And then go and survive in school. Yeah. And then so my only amount of money would be.
Yeah.
And sometimes mom and dad was so gracious, they could drop me.
Yeah.
So then I didn't incur any cost.
Oh, the chosen one.
But again, like, there are things that I needed to do extra for myself. But that's where, like, my parents would draw the line. Yeah. So, like, if I wanted to do my hair, they would be like, from your savings, do your hair. Yeah. From your savings, buy yourself clothes. Don't ask me for money to take it. Yeah. So even the fact that I was able to get a part-time job, that it didn't pay ridiculously well, but it was able to cater for those.
How much are you paid? Would you disclose here? Like that's ages ago.
It was a script. I've never talked about it. We were being paid per script, and so each per script was 500. So depending on how many you voice that month, you could get. So in a good month, you could voice 10 to 20.
Oh, it's like 10 G's.
It ranges between there. Yeah. So you could what is it called? You could get paid between that amount of money. Yeah. So I think for then the notion that got drilled into my head was that for you to afford the things that you want, you have to work for them. Nobody will give them because my parents would not give them to me, so I had to work. Yeah, and I think you even know how big of a workaholic I am. Yeah, because my thinking is if I want anything, I have to work for it.
Yeah. I think there's that also. I think also public uni teaches you just some hardcore being resilient. Yeah. It makes you so resilient because at this time, by the way, it's not like it's not like I'm living this life and I'm so sad when I go home. Like this was like I was having so much fun. I was excited, you know, like
you were even sad when you graduated.
Yeah, I was never like, I never used to sit and, you know, be depressed. That is due. What is due? I don't have money for this. Nothing. But I remember, by the way, let me now just say it. Every time I'd hang out with you, Susan, Muikali, Tem, I'd go home more broke because you guys. Now because I'm with chicks, I have to go to eat. I have to eat at like nice places. So I remember Swahili dishes would spend like 150 for lunch.
And that was a
Even
lot.
my homies never used to come there, man. Ushawahi niona nimewalk tukitembea na wase tunakuja kula Swahili dishes.
And
No.
many Swahili dishes used to be like a date place for me, you,
Sue, Tem, Julie.
Mix. Yeah, Julie.
Just like
Mix.
the whole Mount Kenya
Yeah.
mafia, you know. So that's how we're 30 minutes in.
Wow, we've been talking for 30 minutes. Wow.
Jesus Christ. Anyway,
It doesn't feel like 30 minutes when you're having fun.
so yeah, so financial planning and just being being resilient, you know, like it makes you not give up, because also at this time I'm also getting some money from Christ Cycles, but that money is still going back to the music,
Yeah.
kwa sababu usa pia audio, maproducer pia wanatulipisha venye wanataka, video directors we're
Video.
working with Enos.
So, but even you were working.
I was
don't know, yeah,
working.
yeah.
I was one of the richest in my squad. I was one of
Okay.
the
You
guys.
wear that badge with pride.
Yeah, I was one of the guys they would look up to and say, "Mimi nataka kukua mafia kama Mr. Karaoke." Kumbe I'm living on below 250. I was like we see those statistics in the US upeana. Oh, this is Kenya. 90% of the people here live under $1. I was like, yeah, I relate, bro.
I am one of those.
That's between morning and lunchtime. That's me, you know.
I live
Below the dollar, you know. But I think live in a bedsitter.
Be
We're
content.
good. If you're gonna sleep in a bedsitter, if you're gonna sleep on the floor, if you're gonna have like 4 roommates, so just live like that and just enjoy it and just
Yeah.
have fun, you know. The thing also about campus life is that it really changes. Like after that, kuna wase watenda hii side, kuna wase watenda hii side. Just, you know, just enjoy where you're at and just keep dreaming and believing in what you want to believe. What about you?
I think, even tying to what you were saying
Yeah.
about don't let the pressures and be content with where you are.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'm thinking about it in the sense that when I joined, because nilikuwa nimepitia KCSE,
Yeah.
I suffered the curse, quote unquote.
Yeah. Of being confused.
Of being confused and saying with my grade, I need to go to an Ivy League university. So I spent a lot of, even when I joined camp, I don't know if you know this.
Yeah.
Even like I think the first semester,
Yeah.
I spent time thinking that this KU is just a filler position.
Oh, wow.
My results for Yale.
You remind me of
like-
those kids who are na transfer next term. Na transfer next term. The next time unamuona hapo kwa parking, hey rada, next term.
Because I remember thinking that I think my decision for campus had not come out.
Yeah.
Of those applications that I had made.
Yeah.
So I remember thinking that KU that semester was just a filler position, and then
Yeah.
I was going to go to Yale and Harvard and
Yeah.
the schools. One school would pick me. At
Yeah.
least. But I remember my application letter came back. My rejection letter came back,
Yeah.
and all schools that I applied to had rejected me. Allow me to plug UNISAV at this point and say,
Yeah.
if you really don't want to be rejected like me,
Yeah.
please don't do it solo dolo like I did.
Oh, so people don't apply directly. It's easier if you apply through.
You can
It helps.
apply directly, but you see the goal, again, the UNISAV rep is here,
Yeah.
and I plug them, is that they will be able to guide you, because it's not just an exam that you do. when
Yeah.
applying. It's like there are personal statements that you have to make.
Yeah.
Like there's so much application process, and they're able to help you because they have experience there.
Sasa kama wali reject mtu walipata A, sisi wenye tulipata B+ wangetutumia polisi watushike for lack of seriousness.
No, and I think at that point when the rejection letter came, I don't know if I've told you, but if I've told you, I'm sure you've forgotten. I stayed like in bed for one day crying because I couldn't believe that I was going to go to KU. Because in my mind I was transferring.
I'm also happy being at KU. Like I used to love
In my
it.
mind was transferring, and all this to say, KU ended up being one of my biggest blessings in my personal life.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
of all these lessons that I'm sharing with you guys,
Yeah.
and we're sharing.
Yeah.
So it's about being happy with where you are.
Yeah.
And accepting, doing the best you can. If
Definitely.
your dream you want is the abroad
Yeah.
way, do the best you can
Pursue it.
through UNISAV,
Yeah.
but also be content with where you are.
Yeah, man. Nice, guys. I'd also want to know what are some of the lessons that you guys learned from university, and
Yeah.
then now I'll read them in the next. I'll have a fully charged phone, and then I'll read them on the next episode, man.
Thank you for having me as always.
Karibu sana.
Ben.
I have told you, Jake, as Atoli is to Jake Kelly, Wanjiru is to.
The Cyco podcast.
Allah. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you share, leave a comment. Let's know how your uni experience was, and see you on the next episode. This is the Cyco podcast. I appreciate you guys. I love you. See you next time.